Hey everybody, this is NCP. I'm out in the inflatable hot tub again, which is really the greatest thing ever. I'll get a hard one next time, maybe, I don't know, we'll see. But I want to talk to you guys about what's going on. To make a long story short, I had a medical procedure Wednesday, last Wednesday, and it was a colonoscopy, pretty much routine. Yeah, so no problems with that. But I was having a little bit of health anxiety because let me back up. When I had my POEM surgery for my eclasia, that's where you don't swallow right. You know, I threw up and got aspiration pneumonia and all kinds of fun stuff with that. Because tough guys don't go to the hospital or to the cough checked out, which I will from now on. But what happened was they were doing the esophageal washout on the Friday before the procedure, and I woke up at the very end of the procedure. This was distressing, and I told the anesthesiologist, because they're trying to say, Mr. NCP, we need you to take a breath. We need to take a breath. You need to take a breath. I'm just sitting there going, you know, in like, the closest thing I can describe it as is sleep paralysis. There wasn't any pain or anything, but I just didn't, I wasn't conscious. Or I was conscious, but I was paralyzed. And this was pretty stressful. I'm sitting there thinking, okay, look, dudes, you guys need to get that bag on me and start resuscitating because I'm dying. Even though I was probably really still breathing but didn't know it. So the Monday after that, I went all weekend without eating, so I was grouching away. The reason I woke up, I didn't know at the time, but it turns out that it was supposed to be an hour surgery or whatever, but the surgeon was really skilled and just did it in like 20 minutes, so I had too much anesthesia. Okay, but I didn't know this at the time. And so the next Monday, I said, look, man, I need you dudes to give me enough anesthesia because I woke up. I want to make sure that doesn't happen again. That's, you know, that's not a good feeling. It's pretty scary. And they said, no problem, sir. We'll take care of it. So then I woke up in the intensive care unit because I had way too much anesthesia and didn't wake up at all. So I woke up, I think, I don't know if it was later that day or early the next morning when I came out of it. I woke up to CPAP. See, now that goes back to another thing, because the lady I was seeing before then, the nurse, was saying that take your CPAP if you have apnea or obstructive apnea, sleep apnea. I don't know, just apnea. Let's say sleep apnea, because normally you'll go and you'll wake yourself up, right? But if you're in anesthesia, you don't, so you'll die. So I took CPAP. I woke up my CPAP on. Now this time, Wednesday, I took my CPAP with me, and I told them, I go, look, man, I'm looking for Goldilocks here. I've had too little and I've had too much. I need just the right amount of anesthesia. So he goes, you know, based on your eclasia and your pleural effusion, and when you want to take and what you call it, aspirate during your sleep, I said, no, dude, that's all being cured. It's all a done deal. It's not an issue. And he goes, still, because that's a potential, they want to do full deep sedation, like surgical sedation. And I said, well, you know, you're you know, paying you to know what to do here, so we'll do it. And they did it, and they said, we're gonna give you a little bit of oxygen, and you know, do you need the anxiety meds before you take that? And I said, no, dude, no, I'm just, you know, I'm not worried about the surgery at all. I'm worried about waking up, right? And they go, okay, well, here's some oxygen. You already have a CPAP, so you don't, you know, I ain't worried about the mask on or anything like that. They misunderstood my fears, but they go, we're gonna mix this stuff, and it can probably burn, so we're gonna mix some other stuff. I said, just shoot it in there, man. I'm a tough guy, right? So they said, okay. And next thing I knew, we were done. I don't think I even really got to the anesthesia or whatever. I don't know what happened. I don't know what they gave me, but I woke up coughing a little bit, and I was talking. You know, people do crazy stuff, so I think I was telling them surgeons that check for tapeworms while you're there. I might as well get a tune-up, and if there's something there, take it out, right? Which I don't think that's how tapeworms work anyway, but I don't know. It's just crazy. When you come out of anesthesia, you say crazy stuff. Good times, good times. But the way they did it, the anesthesia, he said that he wanted to protect my airway. Well, I didn't know that meant stuffing a tube down there to make an airtight seal. And it really tore up my voice. Today's the first day I can talk normal, but I had like a very white voice, like, hey, really, really deep for the past couple days, and a lot of coughing. And I looked in there in my mouth and with a flashlight, and I could see there was a lot of abrasions going down. So that's what's been going on with me. But I already got the test back from the colonoscopy, and everything is just fine. They found a couple polyps, and one was, I guess, muscle polyp, which I didn't hear about. I don't know, glioma or something, I don't know. But there was no bad things, no cancer, no bad cells, no precancerous cells, nothing. It's fine. I said, is this bad? They go, no, because I had polyps before. And they go, well, these will never become cancer because they're gone, and it takes a long time, and only like 1% are bad, and blah, blah, blah. And the nurse said, some people just grow polyps like you grow moles, so we'll see you in 3 to 5 years. Have a good day. And I came back on the chart they gave me, and it showed there was no problems or anything like that. So my next one's scheduled for 5 years in 2030. So, hey, we're good. So now that I don't have an impending threat over me of any kind, health-wise at least, and I, wanted to get that out of the way, so I've been doing a lot of research in this guy who's our new HHS, whatever it is, Health and Human Services guy, this RFK guy. And I was looking at him, and I'm looking at his policies, and not to be political, but he's like 70-something years old, and I looked at his body and compared it to mine and said, well, maybe this guy knows something, right? Because I mean, this dude could beat me up. I want to look like that when I'm like 70-something, right? I want to look good, right? This dude's out lifting weights, so I can't do this stuff. So I'm like, all right. So I've been looking into that, and we're gonna start eating a lot of organic around here, and I'm not gonna go overnight and say, oh, this is the way it is now, because that's just a path to failure. But I'm slowly cutting things out, like seed oils. I got rid of all those oils, and I got olive oil and avocado oil. I think avocado's okay. I better double check that. But we're starting to eat seed oils now, or getting rid of seed oils. So we're making some real changes around here. I was kind of waiting to see if he gets in or not to decide how hard I'm going to go on this garden over here I'm doing. I'm going to rebuild it. It's the wood's kind of busted in some spots, and weathering. I'm going to fix all that and make it pretty. I have all these like pea gravel on the ground. I'm just abandoning that because that's uncleanable. And I was doing it because I was worried about snakes. Well, the heck with that. Let's put mulch down or something. Rubber mulch maybe, or nothing. I don't know. But I'm going to redo all that and probably do that this week maybe. And I'll do a video on here's how I did it. I'm going to take like a 4x4 and put it in the corner and put wood screws through it to hold the wood. So that's pretty much what we're doing with that. And then I've got all chicken litters been out there for like a year and a half or whenever I started this, So it's all good to go. If you look over here, right to this square on the fence, that's all like topsoil back there. It's had leaves come down on it for probably 40 years. So I might get some dirt from there, or I might go to the city and get a truckload of mulch. Now this mulch is just yard waste that people are taking down and they're mulching it and they give it out for whatever. And what I'll do is I'll fill up the gardens with it and then I'll go down and buy some bagged soil from Lowe's or Home Depot or whatever, some really good soil, and potting soil, I guess. And I'm gonna dig like 12-inch holes in the mulch and fill that full of the soil, so I can just plant there. So they're planted in there, but everything else is just mulch. You can go through it now. this process may cause weeds. So what I'd like to do, which I probably won't, but I'd like to, here's a plan, is get some black weed barrier sheeting and put that over it, and where I plant, I'm just going to cut little slits and plant through that and top of it. Or I may just put a bag in each hole and poke some holes in it and plant in the bag. I've seen people do that. I don't know, we'll see. I don't know what I'm going to grow. I'm not much into lettuce. I'll just buy some organic lettuce now and spinach for that or whatever. But when I actually start growing, everything will be ready. So I'm going to go and prepare this and let it set up. I might do some a worm bin. I don't know. We'll see. My chickens are already organic. Well, the ones that lay the green eggs are organic. The other ones not. But that was never an issue to me because I didn't know. But now they are. So, and I know what they're fed. They're fed good foods. I'm gonna start making their own food and sprouting it. And I'll do videos on all this stuff, all this homesteading stuff, because I've really slacked over this last year, or 2 or 3. Yeah, you know what, you know. So I'm gonna hit the next milestone of subscribers. I think I got 30,000 subscribers or something like that. Almost 29, I think, 29 something. So hey, like and subscribe. But I'm gonna take you guys to this adventure, but I may be doing things different because a lot of videos are a lot harder if I sit there and break up everything. Always I'm doing it and this and that. I may do it and then do over commentary afterwards on it, on you know, talking over it while doing it. So I may do that. We'll see. I resubscribed to Power Director 365 or whatever I have, the whole thing. I bought a subscription to it. So starting this week, things are going to happen. My sugar, my glucose has dropped drastically after fasting for 1 day. It's still down really low, really good. And I can have peanut butter cups, which I know I'm going to change. I'm going to eat what I got, slow, baby steps, but I'm going to eat those. But it's about a case for the theater. But, you know, work on theater too, and arcade cabinet. And did I tell you I got an arcade cabinet? I got an arcade cabinet. It's cool, love it. But I'm getting ahead of myself. One thing at a time. I'm gonna start phasing foods out and not buying other foods. Sorry, my throat's still tore up. But my plan is to buy foods that have one ingredient. So if I buy, say, spinach, it needs to say spinach. And I'm going to look into some religious foods like what do you call it? Kosher. I'll have to check with some of my friends that are practicing religion and ask them, but I think that the food has to be pure and it can't have any other contaminants or anything in it. So that would be a lot easier if I can't just buy organic, because I always figured organic food was just a scam. You know, it's like, oh well, big deal, right? But I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, and I'm willing to accept I'm wrong, and my opinions change as I get new evidence. I never assume I'm right. On some things I'll assume I'm wrong, and I'll do research to prove it, and sometimes I'm right. Sometimes, like, hey, you could do this better. Because at first I was like, I'm gonna put L brackets on the garden over there to hold the walls up on the garden. Well, why not just put a 2x4 down in there and just, or a 4x4 in there and screw it in? Oh yeah, that's good. You know, but the question is, you know, I don't want, the wood I got was not treated when I did that, because I didn't want contaminants. So all that's organic over there, which I wasn't trying to be organic. I was trying not to get bad poisons and pesticides and whatever in me. I've got netting to go over it. I'm not going to use any pesticides this year. I may take and go out there and put a chicken out there every now and then to check for pests. You know, I got like netting that goes over the gardens, like the little things. I bought a bunch of stuff that's probably contaminated with Temu. Probably nets are probably poisoned, but you win some, you lose some. But I've got all the stuff that's set there. I've got big totes in the house full of drip irrigation and everything. Never used, you know, never slacked off. I had all these great plans and said, oh yeah, I'm not gonna do it, I'm tired, I don't feel good. Maybe I don't feel good because I don't eat well. Maybe I'm malnourished, fat and malnourished, however that works. But all my medical issues at this time are resolved 100%. I don't know of anything bad going on in my body right now. And with this dude, this Archaean, he seems to hate all these bad things that are like banned in Europe. So if my Cheerios, which I don't eat, but if my Cheerios lose their coloring, I'm okay with that. If I have to pay 3 cents more for a box of Cheerios, I'm okay with that, because this costs less than medical procedures. And I want my life better, and I want my family's life better, and I want your guys' life better. But change is hard, so I'm going slow. You know, I don't want to just ram it in there and say lifestyle change, because those often fail. You know how easy it is to say, yeah, screw it. I mean, come on. You can't tell me that Gordon Ramsay doesn't say screw it and makes himself a hot dog for dinner every now and then. Well, I'm making hot dogs all the time. This is not good. So I bought wheat grinders for my wife's stand mixer, KitchenAid. So we can do that. We can juice. I'm not big on juicing because that lets a diabetic get a whole bunch. Like, I could juice a bag of apples and drink it all and have the sugar of like 20 or 30 apples. So that's terrible. I want the fiber. But we can cook with the fiber. We can give the fiber to chickens or whatever. A little bit of juice is okay, as long as they don't go crazy. Like, I bought a bunch of little 8-ounce glasses and 6-ounce glasses, like they have at Golden Corral, which I go to, which is bad. I'm still gonna go it, but they're informed decisions. I'll make healthier choices that are a lot easier. I may go back kind of keto. I don't know if I really want to go hardcore into keto, but that's for another time to think about. Right now we're talking about this and eating better and maybe intermittent fasting. I have to look into that. I don't know a lot about it. But based on that Ozempic, which they gave me for diabetes, I don't have to eat. I'm saying a lot. Stop it. Okay. The Ozempic really made the colonoscopy prep a breeze. Other than the part where you need the seatbelt on the toilet, other than that part. But the not eating, it's no big deal. Or clear liquid, no big deal at all, because you don't have to eat if you don't want to. I hate to say it like that, but I eat because food's put in front of me. So I had a long talk with the wife, and I told her, I go, don't ask me if I'm hungry. You go ahead and eat in front of me, I don't care. But I'll let you know if I'm hungry, and I don't want you to ever feel bad about that. You know, she's got that Italian. I think she expresses love through cooking, and her love is fattening. It's really fattening. So I'm doing different there. I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna be better. A lot of the projects here I was gonna do, I'm not. Like cleaning up the backyard here, which you're in the backyard right now, but I'm gonna go and just hire some guys to do my yard work. Just once. Trim the trees for me, trim the front trees, get rid of all these leaves. When all these leaves are done, I think they're done now. Clean the gutters for me on the house, and I'm just gonna have it done this one time. And then I can go on my life and get all my other projects, because there's always like, oh, let's go trim the tree up front. Oh God, I'm tired now all day. Okay, that day's done. You know, I'm 56 now. My God, that's old. I do one thing and then I take like 2 days to recoup. So I can't do that. I'm slowing down and I don't want to. I'm allowing myself to slow down, and I'm not going to allow that. I'm making a clear, concise change. I have a plan, and I'm going to bring you guys with it. And we're going to get the homestead going, like the underground storm shelter thing. It needs to be done. Tomorrow, I'm going to go glue the rebar down. Well, it depends. It rained here pretty hard, so if it's not wet down in there, I'll glue the rebar in. And then that's it. I'm going to break as much task as I can up into 3-minute tasks and call that an accomplishment. I mean, now if I glue the rebar, that's however long it's going to take, because once I pop that chemical anchor, you got to use it, because it'll bond, right? So that's got to be done. But that shouldn't take more than 10 minutes. So why not do it? If you can do something in 3 minutes or under, just do it and you'll accomplish a great mini task. So this is what's going on here now. If you don't have your health, you don't have anything. I've always said that. And I got my health now. And I don't have any pending events other than, do my taxes in a month or two, and I may have those done. I'll have to see. I think I got the last of my tax forms a couple days ago, but I haven't downloaded them yet, but I'm gonna. But maybe I'll just see if I can get a tax attorney to, here you go, fix it, take care of it. I don't know. Otherwise, I'll get on TurboTax and take care of it, which I've always done. Never had a problem, but we'll see. Anyway, it's getting kind of windy, so it's probably getting hard for you guys to hear me talk. So this is NCP, and I'll leave with this thought. If we're not moving forward in our preps, our ideas, our goal, our path in life, then you're stagnating. And that's not good. My dad used to tell me in regards to the surgery, a coward dies 1,000 deaths. And fear of life will not prevent death. I was scared of the anesthesiologist, or the anesthesia, not the guy, the anesthesia. I was scared of being put under, because there's a chance you might not wake up. But you know what? For sure, right now, there isn't any colon cancer. There might have been if I didn't take proper steps to take care of it. And nobody wants to do it, but you know what? I would much rather have a colonoscopy than a colon dissection thing and chemo, because I've been touched too many times with loved ones going through cancer, and I'm not going to put anyone through that if I can help it, especially myself. I don't want to do that either, but you guys have heard me babble enough, and I wish everybody the best, and move forward. And if you got some tips, you see something I'm doing, I see I'm doing wrong, you tell me. I'll change my way. Like I said, my opinions are subject to change as soon as I get new information. I don't always assume I'm right, and I want to do the best. But like I said, I'm not getting treated wood out there for the garden, so it's degrading a bit. And I figured I'd just put more boards around as degraded and let that go into charcoal. Like, I'm gonna make natural charcoal or natural biochar and process that and put that in there for my nutrients. I already figured on doing this when they started, I think it's New Zealand or something, I'm not sure, they started denying fertilizer to the farmers. Well, I'm gonna make my own, and organic, and I'll know what's in there. And other than the weeds, I'm hoping no poison ivy, but other than the weeds that come from the compost, if I do that, I probably will, but if I do, I want to make sure it's the best I can. Like, I've got my own compost over there. I've been composting a long time over there. Vegetables and like tomatoes I didn't eat, or potatoes, or bananas, or avocados, or whatever, So that's been composting. So I can fill my stuff with that. The coffee can be used for the grounds for the tomatoes and peppers. So yeah, just I'm gonna reuse and repurpose as much as I can and do everything right. So it's NCP. So I'll catch you guys later. Have a good one. Let's be out. Oh, please rate and subscribe. All right, have a good one.